Welcome back to another edition of the All Out NRL Fantasy Buy, Hold, Sell podcast. Today I'm joined by Bence. Great to see you, mate.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has.
And even this combination, I feel like it's kind of rare now.
I think this might be the debut of just us two.
I think it's the best combination.
Yeah, I can't stop smiling.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait to get into buy, hold, sell, really.
Yeah, we just love it.
I just love it so much.
Yeah. We'll go on a quick rant about, it's a bit of a weird time of the season with Origin, stuff like that. Buy rounds, obviously. What are your thoughts on the NRL Fantasy influencing a new change where it's just starting 13 in, the rounds after the main buy rounds?
I guess it's been a bit of a frustration this year, especially for all the people who have planned ahead. I know, same as all our teams, same as myself, I had pretty much a full bench and extras last week, and it was a buy round. There was just literally no point for it. And I think the whole point of preparing for it is getting the players who play the buy round. You get the internationals, and then when you get to this round, and then everyone's playing anyway, and you don't even get your beasts on the bench.
I think I didn't get rewarded for having good depth.
Yeah, exactly.
If I chose well, and I had like 560 scores on the emergencies and bench.
Yeah, I'm the same.
If I chose right, I'd probably be saying it was a good rule change.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
To be fair, I guess there was barely any restings in the Origin games. Which
I think that's what they were sort of thinking of, there was 3 teams that weren't playing. There might be some Origin players not backing up.
Yeah.
Maybe in the next time there is the buy round.
To be fair, the schedule actually helped a lot of the Origin players because they were playing on the Saturday, Sunday, so it didn't really affect them. I know, and the Panthers and Broncos, all the teams that needed a win, who have all the Origin players pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
They all played late. So
I think
it might be different.
If you had a few players that weren't playing, like you had Dolphins players, you had Doggies, had the bye, you were laughing because you could have looped in so many positions. So that's what happened to me. I got cooked from loops.
Yeah, and I was a bit confused because they also had that points error where they had the wrong scores at the end of the week and everyone was confused how many points they really had because it was counting the bench and then they fixed. It was a bit of a disaster of a round, but I'm glad we're past it. And finally, we're on to a round where everyone's actually playing except the Roosters.
This is also shared by at least our community. We did a poll on the story. 70% said it was diabolical.
Yeah.
30% liked it. So we'll just put that out there.
Shout out the 30%.
Yeah. They definitely won their rounds.
Exactly.
All right. I guess we should just move straight into the buy, hold, sells. We've listed a lot of players.
Oh, there's so many options. But you know what there isn't so many of? Trades.
Exactly right.
So
I think
just have to be careful, really.
If you've used max trades every week, I think this is the last week for people if you've used max.
Oh,
so
really?
enjoy your trades.
So one of the DMs just before this sent me his team, and I think he used 4 trades this week, and he had 6 left. And I was like, "What are you doing, son?"
I think some people have 4, and if they use 4, they got none.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. But this guy was like, "Oh, do you agree with these trades?" I was like, "Mate, it's round 14. We're like halfway there."
You get more in round 20, but that's a decent stimuli.
Yeah, I was like, "Whoa, Jesus, mate!"
Right,
it is addictive.
First guy, it's great. Yeah. First guy on our list is Toby Couchman. He's an absolute star.
I think we've said he's a buy many times this year now.
Oh yeah, he was must have at one point before that shoulder injury. He was only out for a couple of weeks. He played on the edge, which was new. Played 80 minutes. You could say that he only played 80 minutes because we had a few injuries, the Dragons, but still, his base is incredible.
Yeah, and he defends in the middle sometimes as well. And there's such a good chance that someone like Luciane, anyone could drag him into the middle. Someone could go back to the edge as well. So even if he plays in the middle or the edge, he is a PPM beast, and he's one that I'm definitely keeping an eye on. And nothing, also to mention, is there's pretty much no Origin risk.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's got that cover, and the buy rounds for the Dragons are special.
I think he played 80 because Sewer went off, but he's listed on the edge again, but he's still going to
He doesn't even need 80.
Yeah, exactly.
And he got 69 or something, so.
It was his first game back as well.
Oh, mate.
44 tackles, 5 tackle bursts.
Why is he not in the conversation for Origin? I don't want to go down this loophole, but anyway.
I think New South Wales are just so stacked.
Yeah, he would walk into the Queensland team. That's kind of sad.
But regardless, he plays that first buy. I think he's a great option this week.
Yeah, 16 is the only one that Dragons have. So Dragons players are looking very, very handsome.
Now this next guy, Keon. Last week he was must-have. This week it's like imperative you get him.
Double down.
Only risk is Barnett got injured. ACL, unfortunate to hear. He could be in contention for Origin.
Yeah, well, it's a weird one because are they really going to pick a Tokamanu? Like, that's pretty stupid if I'm honest.
I hope they do.
But I mean, as a Queensland fan, I really hope they do. With no disrespect to Stefano, of course.
There's a hint of disrespect in your tone there.
A little bit. Well, like I'm hoping because I'm scared of what Keon or Terrell May would do.
I just think they may be thinking we've got so many guys who are like can play edge, middle. I guess they just needed like a big prop.
Yeah, I think they're thinking maybe is they didn't pick Terrell May because maybe his impact isn't so big if he's less minutes.
Because they have like Hudson Young on the bench who can suit the going to edge.
Exactly. But then you look at Koloamatangi and he plays big minutes and has big impact.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like he would be a better option.
He's actually a perfect Origin player.
Yeah, but Laurie Daly tries to be different sometimes. So I don't think he's going to get picked at this stage, but that is the biggest risk.
But yeah, I think he's 730K. That's probably a bit underpriced still.
Yeah,
Slow break even.
His break even is what?
Like
21.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. He's probably number one on my list for buys overall, I'd say.
Yep. Damien Cook, I didn't think he'd ever be a buy unless he was going back to 80 minutes, and he is. So
people are forgetting he was the GOAT one time. Like he used to be that guy a few years ago.
His first year, I think, when he was moved to the Rabbits, he was like 400K, and he was like the top average.
Oh, my goodness. He had the top average. It was like him and Cam Smith used to share the hooker spot.
Yeah.
That would be the guns. But his break even 24. And as we just said before, Dragons players, they've got a beautiful buy round, just that one major one. And other than that, he's not playing Origin.
Yes, I think, I don't really know what's happened, but Little's coming onto the field, playing a bit of a middle lock role. I like what they're doing.
Yeah.
Cook, I do get it if you maybe want to see one more week, but like you need that hooker for the first buy because everyone's got Aaron Clark doesn't play it. Riley Smith doesn't play it.
Yeah. Who else? Do you need someone?
Yeah,
Makes sense.
You sort of have to. Yeah, goodbye. Next guy, Tallis Duncan. He's got that edge role. He's cheap, but he's just so inconsistent.
He's just mid. Let's just be real.
Like his position, or is just
as in fantasy scoring wise? Yeah,
he's mid and also an edge.
I think we did there the dual position. But he's literally a mid and also an edge, which is good. And he does play 70 to 80 minutes. He's got the excellent round 15 and 18
it's true.
buy schedule. But I just can't trust his points. He is very cheap, but his output, if I'm trying to win the league, I don't know. I need to see
break even.
Yeah, I just feel like you wait 1 week for him.
We sort of watched like what he does. He'll get you a 40, and then he'll get you a low 20s, and then you'll get you 40s.
And his minutes, like he just doesn't play 80 every week as well. I feel like he's a bit unfit, maybe. I don't know, but
maybe another week you can.
I'd say watch him for this week.
Yep. You like this guy? Doesn't play the first buy.
I love him.
I'm not getting him. James Fisher-Harris, absolute star when he's been on the pitch this year.
Yeah, he scores 55s for fun.
If you're playing head to head. And you're not too worried about the buy, or you've got good middle coverage, likey.
Yeah. 555K, something along there. His lowest score this year when he's starting is 47. And now that Mitch Barnett is out, it's probably a good thing for his minutes.
Yep.
So I'm saying he's going to average 54 for the rest of the year. So he's definitely a good option at 555K. If you need someone, why not?
Yeah. Like you said, with Barnett injured, he could go to the moon.
Yeah, head-to-head guy, though.
The Wires being good is actually shocking.
Yeah, it's weird. I thought that would come
And
last.
the Raiders.
Yeah.
I when I found out Fogarty was out, I changed my tip from the Raiders, and then they won with no experience in their spine.
I can't do tipping this year.
No.
I'm so bad. Oh, well.
Jackie Williams.
Interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was my smoky at the start of the year, and I got scoffed at.
How much is he?
I got laughed at.
Jackie Williams.
He's a decent price range still. He's just over 600K.
He just scored 73 as well. Break-in of 18.
Mate,
Oof.
he's a lovely signing for the Eels.
And he's got the jewel as well.
Doesn't play the first buy, which is frustrating. Yeah. But as we said, sort of same thing as Fisher-Harris, pod. Yep.
Head-to-head guy. Yeah. Definitely great. If you want to get him, this is the week. Him and Fisher-Harris.
I don't see an issue with it at all.
Yeah, why not?
Like on the edge as well, he's been going better. So, yeah. Next guy is Hamish Stewart, sort of like Couchman, where he's a young gun for the Dragons, not playing as many minutes, but his PPM's good. Maybe he's gotten a bit too exy, but like he plays the first buy, so you could probably justify it.
Yeah, he's not someone I'd be rushing to get in. 527K is such an awkward price point. I feel like, I don't know, you would just probably stretch out the extra 20K to get Fisher-Harris, to be fair.
Yeah.
But his break even is 24, and saying that, I think a lot of people do have him now. He's 10.4% owned.
He's sort of hovering around 55 minutes, but like his last few scores, 66, 50, 51, 45. It's hard to knock that.
Yeah, exactly. I would actually argue, yeah, he is a buy, but it would just be a painful one though. Like you should have just got him a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's true.
But in saying that, if you do need someone who's below that 550, I think it's a great option. And yeah, I've said it probably 3 times now, the Dragons buy schedule.
Should we talk about Jesse Curran, or is he sort of
Yeah.
one we maybe talk about next week?
I feel like he's one that you got to watch for this week. He's 251k.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of the cheapies of the week. His break even's 14, so he's got a bit of money to make. But in saying that, he's coming off the bench. He's probably going to play 20 to 30 minutes. Probably only going to score an absolute max of 35.
Yeah.
If you absolutely need a cheapie to sit in reserves, why not? But I just don't.
When I see cheapy bids on the bench, there's one name I think of, and it's Royce Hunt.
Boys, my goodness.
Maybe the worst fantasy player.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Pete Bev's not diabolical, but he plays like 15 minutes.
Yeah, and also doesn't take photos with fans.
Yeah.
So dog.
He is. Yeah, I think maybe wait a week.
Yeah, wait a week for him. Hopefully his minutes go up, but he hasn't had that one convincing score where you'd rush to get him in.
And like, if you're getting in for the buy, it's like, what are you really expecting?
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to score very well unless he scores a try.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd wait a week. That's my explanation.
All right, we're going to the edges.
Couchman.
All those dual guys, they got the edge. You and Aitken, we've talked about him ad nauseum. Like, great option, consistent.
Great to watch as well.
Yeah. Joshy Curran is one I'll throw in there. Last week or the week before last, absolutely 8. He's on the edge. Tupanua just got ruled out with a hammy injury. So that's sort of shored up his starting edge position. Preston's back, isn't he? Is Preston back?
No, he's back next week. So that's something to watch.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a bit of a, I don't know. It's a bit scary. And second row this year, I'm looking right now, he's got 46 and 46. And one of them he had a try. Second row, I'm not convinced. But if he plays in the middle, oh man, he's so good. But I just have a few too many question marks around him at the moment. His break even's about 40 odd.
Yeah,
so I feel like it's someone you could pass over, but it's tempting.
I agree. Like he played edge 2 weeks ago and he 8.
Yeah.
But I just don't think he stays there with Preston.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
It's a wait and see because he gets chopped around all the time as well. He'll be in the bench probably in a couple of weeks. He could be in the middle. You just don't really know. It's a bit risky, but in saying
I'd say he'll just be their starting prop. Like he'll churn out of late 40s, early 50s and be all right. But only if you don't have Keon, if you don't have Couchman, they're the guys.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think everyone has so many mids as well. It's if you needed an edge, he's a good option. But if you already have all the big mids.
I won't go into depth with these two guys, but I'll just throw it out there.
Yep.
Chris Randall and Luciano Leilua.
Not names I would expect to hear.
Luciano, I'd like to see more from you, mate, as a Dragons fan. Just a bit more.
How are you not playing 80 minutes in 2025 as a second row? It's just what? Like, I actually liked the thinking of a lot of people last week saying that it was a good option. But for me, I just had to wait because if you're not playing 80 minutes, like
there's definitely value there.
Yeah, there is, and he should be doing better than what he's doing. Like he's starting second row. He actually used to be a bit of a fantasy beast when he was at the Tigers as well, second row. But he's just not playing 80. He's playing about 55. And it's just, you don't want a 55-minute second row. That's just way too many question marks. But
I do think it won't be like last time where it's a late change.
Yeah.
I think he does get the start this week. But, RFM can sort of play on the edge. He's on our bench.
433K as well, so tempting. That's so cheap. Like, he could easily just get a few good scores and go up.
I just think it's one where it's like everyone has good edges nowadays.
Yeah, I just don't think you need him.
And Chris Randall, I don't know.
Yeah, he's a tackling beast. We know that.
He could go into 9.
Yeah, that would make sense because they do have that cheapie this week who we'll get into later. He's 230K starting hooker. It's crazy. But yeah, Randall starting second row. Man, how much is he? Haven't even had a look at him really.
He's like 420.
Oh yeah, 428.
It's cheapy.
He got 52 last week. Break even at 21. 0.6% owned. What an absolute pod. We love a pod here. And he's also got the mid hooker.
Plays the buy.
Yeah, that buy round that you just said before.
He's one to throw in.
If you need a hooker, he's definitely not a bad
What's his score? He averages 43 in second row.
Yeah, okay.
It's not
428K. Yeah, he's definitely one that you would have to watch.
I'm going to say buy, but if it backfires, don't blame us.
Yeah, it's realistically, it's a one to watch. But
We'll go into the halves.
Yeah.
Matt Burton. Galvin's just signed. Sexton's still there, but if Galvin comes in, Sexton goes, he's going to do all the kicking, you'd assume, or at least a lot of it.
I can't see them dropping Sexton right now, though. Like, why would they? But
I just don't know how they fit everything in. I think Sexton has to go.
It's the most logical, but it's also they're on top of the ladder. It's it's a hard one. You could why don't they just put Galvin on the bench instead of Hayward or something? Like, he's kind of mid. I mean, he's been doing the job, but
He's mid position.
yeah, that's what I mean when I say mid.
Yeah.
I'm not talking smack about him.
Regardless, I think Burton's a good buy.
Yeah, and he's been goal kicking as well.
He's about 10 points cheaper than what he averaged last year.
Yeah, and he's also got the Burton bomb back. He's unvaulted it because it was vaulted for a while.
I don't know why I put that in the vault.
Yeah, literally why. It's back out now. He's in more.
He nerfed himself.
Yeah. And now he's the Bulldogs on top, attacking stats. He's going to get line break assists. He's going to get tries. I reckon he's going to average 50 for the rest of the year. That's my prediction.
Jaden Campbell named at fullback.
Yep.
I saw something about Brimson.
He might be playing.
Yeah, something to do with the concussions.
They're appealing it.
Regardless, like everyone was thinking, we sort of thought as well, based off like historical stats, that Jaden Campbell not as good at fullback scoring wise, but he killed it.
Yeah, and he's one of those players where it doesn't really matter like too much. I mean, obviously you'd prefer him at half. He's got a way higher base there. But he plays such a similar game anyway, where he's getting a few kick meters. He's getting his hands on the ball pretty much every play.
Yeah.
He's going to score tries. He's probably going to put himself in more positions to score more tries anyway.
Yeah.
So luckily he did score a try on the weekend and played really well. If you have him, obviously don't sell him because...
I think when Brimson's back, he just goes back into the halves anyway. Plays the first buy,
He's someone that I probably wouldn't buy just because he's playing fullback. But if Brimson comes in, he's probably nearly on top of my list again.
Yeah. Lockie Galvin, something to monitor. That's about it.
Yeah, that's literally all we have to say.
Nathan Lawson for the Dragons. All I know is that wing position for the Red V gets a lot of usage. He went pretty good.
Yeah, he had 38 points, right? 250K. Definitely one of the cheapest of the week, top 3. And he had 1 line break, 7 tackle breaks. So pretty much base other than that line break, and he got 38.
Yeah, there's a lot of maybes. There's like just Sloan come back in. They got Corey Allen's got a hamstring injury who you'd think doesn't come back in.
No, sure.
Tuipa Loto, he's finally been named on the other wing, which is good to see. But yeah.
Break-even of 4 is pretty hard to resist if you need a cheapie. But with the trade,
like eye test, he looked involved. So.
Yeah, I think he's good, but yeah, it's just the only thing is job security. Yeah. It's a bit scary.
Kiraz is back.
Yes, he is.
I don't know how he's back that quickly.
Yeah, what? I thought people were saying he was gone for like 5 weeks.
Is the NRL physio washed?
Yeah. Sorry, physio.
Nah, not his fault.
Nah, not his fault. You can't say that.
Yeah.
That's
sorry.
Yeah, he is back though, and he was one of the players of the whole comp when he was in.
If someone brought him back, there's 2 things I'd say. I'd say I like where you're thinking because he's a great buy, but surely you give it a week.
Yeah, no, you got to give it a week, and I think his last score wasn't. I mean, his break even's about 55 odd.
Yeah,
so
I think you can.
You can afford to wait a week, and yeah. But it would be a fun one to get. The center wing fullback is so helpful as well. But yeah, wait a week for Kiraz, I reckon.
Especially with calves as well. I feel like they got a decent re-injury rate.
Yep, and they've got round 16 by the Bulldogs, which is actually really good. Once again, they've just got that one, and then they play the rest.
It's actually a joke that those are the guys you should be targeting.
Yeah,
like they play the important round for you, and then you can loot them the week after.
Yeah.
For wing fullback, Reece Walsh. That could be anything. Literally could be anything. He could just go to your 20s and 30s and just be like, why'd I get him?
Yeah.
Or he could go back to what we expect from him, at least historically, 40s, 50s guy and be the best buy ever.
There's just going to be a period this year where he has a purple patch and he scores 70 for 4 weeks in a row.
For the Broncos' sake, he has to.
Yeah, exactly. And I actually like that in his case. And he's not going to play Origin right now. I guess he could try and make a case for it really late, for maybe game 3.
I don't know what Billy is thinking. So
yeah, I don't know either. But 466K for Reece Walsh. If I saw that at the start of the year, oh man.
If I saw that, I would have assumed he had like 3 concussions where he got 0.
Exactly. He was 700K in the first week, and 466K, break even at 45. Once again, you can wait a week realistically. 45. He's probably it's just a wait and see. But round 15 bye, the Broncos have.
I think you just get him after the bye. Make sure he doesn't get picked for Origin.
Yeah, round 16, I reckon he's
100%.
That's the week to get him.
This guy, Drinky, you started with him.
Yeah, and
at the start of the year,
like
and then
2
sold him.
weeks. Yeah, silly.
I just think that like the Cowboys play like every round. I think.
Yeah, they play every round until round 27.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So,
Any Cowboys player you really can't.
you know
go wrong.
you know what you're getting. He's dropped down in price a bit from that poor score a couple of weeks ago, so he's about 650.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good buy.
Yeah, why not? And same as like Purdue, who's playing 5'8" now. He just scored a really good score. He's one to definitely monitor. If he keeps playing well at 5'8", he's still pretty cheap as well, and he's playing the rest of the games. Those Cowboys boys can't really go wrong with any of them.
Yeah. We talked about Cookie before. Another hooker who you might need is Sean Mullany.
Mullany?
Stay with me. Stay with me now.
Who are you, bro?
Yeah, like he's got the starting gig.
230K. So it's his debut.
Verrills
Oh no, he's played before.
Verrills got surgery on a broken hand, so you never know with like late mail and stuff what they do, but
His break even's 35.
He could be like a must get.
Yeah.
At least next week.
Yeah, 100% next week, because the break even at 35 gives us that leeway where we can wait 1 week.
Yeah.
Because he could score 40, make 5K, and then his break even will be nothing. 230K.
Because I was scratching my head like, I was thinking, everyone just has to get Damien Cook, right?
Yeah.
But now it's sort of like, if I want to spend that money elsewhere, because I don't really want 3 hookers.
Yeah. If you have Smith and Clark, you're not going to get Cook as well.
Yeah.
And the Titans also have a cracked buyer schedule. They've only got round 18 left. And unless Mullany plays Origin, which it doesn't look likely, but you never know.
No, Billy. Who's that Titans prop that just got signed by the Storm? I forget his name, but Reedy said Queensland should pick him, and I think he's played like 3 NRL games.
Yeah, just shut up. Everyone tries to be too weird with Origin.
Yeah.
Just pick the best players.
Just pick Corey Horsburgh, Billy.
Yeah.
Start both Firma.
And get Ruben Cotter out of second row.
Yeah, legit.
Just put him in the middle. Oh, I love
Pick Bullymore.
We could go down a spiral here of just picking
rabbit
everything.
hole.
But yeah, if you do need a hooker for that round, I think he's probably the most logical if you have those 2 hookers already, because 230K, why not? But if you got them and then you got dropped, it would be diabolical.
Yeah. I think it's worth the risk.
Cheapie of the week, though.
Yeah.
I'd say.
All right, we're going to the holds. These ones are very dependent on your team, I'd say.
Yeah.
Payne Haas.
It's pain.
Like, realistically, I get why people are selling to sort of finance other things, but like, you're just going to get him back. He'll probably get 80 this week, minimum.
I'm captaining him this week.
Yeah, that's actually a great shout.
Yeah.
Madge is just like, shit,
Yeah.
I have to play this guy 80.
Yeah, exactly. And it's why I don't understand selling him. It doesn't make sense. It's who are you going to get that's better than him? No one. The only thing is the Origin period. And
people are saying, oh, he's going to lose so much cash. It's like, all right, pretend he lost 150. You've just blown 2 trades because you're going to get him back.
Yeah, exactly. He does play round. He's got the round 15 bye and round 20. I mean, round 20 doesn't really matter.
It's like he's playing Origin, so it's like, and the Broncos suck, so that he has to back up.
I'd say you can trade him if you have 15 or more trades.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but if you have less than that, what are you doing?
If you have that many trades, you go to Koala, then you get like a.
And you really
Campbell
push him for
something.
overall, then I'd sell him. But if you don't have the trades,
if you're like us who are struggling with our trades.
Yeah, man. I got 14, right?
I got like 13. Yeah, it's not bad.
Could be worse.
Jazz, he's on the bench now, but you sort of got him for the first buy.
Yeah, and
He's your hooker.
he does well off the bench anyway. Usually, like he probably played 50 minutes. I'd say he's one to monitor closely. But he could probably come into hooker, come into lock, come wherever. Oh,
with with respect to Jake Trbojevic, I think he's on like 800, 900K.
Yeah.
Respectfully, Jazz is better than you.
Yeah, Jazz
at least
is
now.
Scarier.
Gerbo used to be like a mainstay in fantasy teams.
Yeah,
because he'd play 80, he'd pump out 40 tackles, 200 meters.
He just doesn't run the ball well at all. Like, he just gets tackled. And
he just doesn't break any tackles.
Yeah, and the thing is for Jazz as well. What was I about to say? I actually forgot what I was about to say.
He could be like a late mail switch.
I do remember. He's been playing with a fractured rib for the last month, so definitely watch the late mail for that because he could be a laid out, and that could be the reason why he's on the bench as well.
Yeah. I just think it's like you got him for this first buy. He'll be your hooker, tar, reevaluate after that.
Yep.
Next guy, Hosking, hasn't been going that great.
It's frustrating.
I was like really worried because I didn't buy him. I was like, this could hurt me.
I
think you hold.
I haven't seen this from him before, where he's getting.
I've never seen him go
because
mid.
he cooks so hard in fantasy when he starts. But he's been getting about 70 minutes. He's got a few mediocre scores in a row now. I've got him at the moment, but
He's playing 70 minutes. Like it's not as if he's playing.
There's no point selling him. I feel like he's due for a big score. I reckon 55 this week for him.
If you sell him, after this week because you sort of want someone in the buy, I get it.
Yep.
But I just hold against the Rabbits.
Yeah, just hold him. Hold him for one more week, see what happens.
And then after the bye, he's got like 3 games. He's got Tigers, then Newcastle, then Dragons in the bye. He could cook.
Yep. No, I'd say he's a safe hold though.
Another middle that's a hold is Joey Tarpany. Yeah.
People are doing the same thing that you said about Payne-Haas, selling them to get a bit of money or upgrade them to Koloamatangi, which it makes sense a little bit. But Tarpany doesn't play Origin at all. So it's just, he's going to be reliable for those Origin rounds.
His minutes were down, but they'll pick up.
Yeah, he's not a sell. Just don't force it.
Nico, obvious one.
Yeah.
Savala, very interesting because Sammy Walker is apparently could be back next week. I don't think they drop Sandon Smith. I think they drop Savala, but it's like that's all hearsay. If Walker's back, so I really think you should just wait a week. Use Savala as a looper.
Yeah, no, you're not selling Savala this week.
Yeah,
God no. And
it's so valuable looping.
Yeah, it is. If you don't know how to do it, find out how to do it because it's honestly such a hack. And yeah, Savala's break even still 20. So if you're selling him this week, well, he does have the buy this week, but
Dylan Lucas, easy one. I swear every week after the games, he's just like got some type of
he's got
injury. But Corey Horsburgh is another one we sort of should talked about. Would you sell? He didn't go that well. His minutes were down.
I sold him personally 3-4 weeks ago when it was probably the perfect time when he missed that one game.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did. But if I still had him now,
I think he plays Origin, surely.
I think, he does, for sure.
Surely.
He's got round 15, round 19 by Origin, I'd say, like pretty comfortably.
I understand the sell.
I think I'd sell him, especially if you had to sell him to get someone like Koloamatangi.
Yeah, because people are sort of looking for middles as well. If you're getting a Couchman as well.
Inconsistent with minutes and output, so I think now is probably, he's not an urgent sell, but to finance something else, I'd say you definitely could.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about another. Marky Mark, I'd probably hold. He's been cooking. Like, he didn't go well last week, but
he was on that score about 30 at halftime or something, and then just had a really bad second half. But his output when he's on, he's a beast.
Jamie Humphrey's another one where it's like really hasn't gone as well as people thought he would if they bought him, but he plays that buy.
Yeah, the soft tissue injuries hurt him a bit, I reckon. He's had a bit less usage. Got
and
22.
When Latrell goes to Origin, he'll pick up all the kicking.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, if you got him back, which was probably a very bold move, you're holding him. Why not?
Jamal Fogarty?
It's an interesting one. You got to watch him because he's named this week.
Yeah,
right?
he's named. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got him, you're holding him.
He should be in Origin talks.
Yeah, he should be. The fact is not is pretty crazy. But yeah, I do see why they want to go down the.
It's just like route. Fogarty will get you 50 this week.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you selling someone who's going to get you a good score this week? Unless you need to sell them in the coming weeks. Yeah. Don't sell them this week. Just wait and see.
All right, the sells. Isaiah Yao.
Yep. He misses round 15, 16, 18. So. And there's so many mids. Like if you've already got Payne-Haas, Clark, Tarpany.
Him to Koloamatangi.
Yeah, Koloamatangi, even Fisher-Harris if you want that potty that we said earlier.
Maxi King, you can go.
Yeah, Max King. See it,
He's probably a sell a few weeks ago. Halves, Munster.
Yeah, he's not playing 15 to 18.
I just don't think he's a keeper either.
Yeah, he's lost his validity a little bit in fantasy. He used to be that guy, but I don't know. He's time to go. Playing Origin.
Yeah. He's off the grog. Maybe that hasn't helped him fantasy-wise.
Yeah, no, he's just not that guy he was. But
they got too many cooks in the kitchen at the Storm.
Yeah, I know. It's actually an issue because so you need someone to be the sole cook.
It's like Nico a couple of years ago. He was the only one to cook.
Yeah.
All right. Cleary. Apparently he's got an niggling injury, but I think that's the easiest hold ever.
It's Cleary. I would never sell him unless I had to, unless he was injured. Yeah, you're not selling Cleary.
Katoga, personally, I'm holding because he's a centre. He got me about 350s in a row. He got a poor score, but he had a HIA in there.
Yeah.
He just did some dumb shit, respectfully.
Yeah, round 15 and 18 buy for the Eels, which is a little bit annoying, but
I do get it, but yeah, just personally, I'm
this
holding.
is, centre, 38 break even. He'll be back. I'm holding for at least one more week.
This is a good week to hold trades, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is a very easy week to hold trades because you should have comfortably a full team this week.
Yep.
So unless you want to get Koloamatangi, that's the only one to try get in, I reckon.
That's about it for ourselves. I'm trying to think of someone else. Tommy Jenkins.
Yeah, I mean,
He's playing on the wing. Decent. He doesn't play the bye.
He's not a sell, but it's like if you need to get someone else, you get rid of him. That's my analogy of that.
Like last week, I sold him over to Tamale, and I'm happy with that.
And I've still got Tamale and Jenkins personally, which is a bit annoying. But Tamale just cooked, so I'm glad I've kept him.
That's about it, really. I'm sure there's been someone we've forgotten.
Yeah, probably. Oh, I mean,
but that
you think of like Ruben Garrick, someone like I just remembered.
Yeah,
he's like because he's centre wing fullback. I know quite a few people need a wing fullback, especially if Jenkins.
Like a lot of those guys, we probably would have forgotten, but we've talked about like the Dolphins players, the Doggies players. Who else was on the buy? Sharks.
Yep.
Like AFB, he was a hold. McInnes is a decent buy.
Well, I mean, if there's anyone we've missed, you know what to do. Just hit the DMs.
Smash that like button.
Smash the like button. Comment down below. Hit us with a DM. Yeah, you know what to do.
100%. All right, that about does it.
Yeah, it was special. It was an honor to be back.
Yeah,
really.
We're halfway through the season.
Yeah, it's gone like that. And remember, if you have about 14 trades, you're doing
well.
And this is a week to save trades once again.
If you've got like 4 left, just delete the app for a week and then re-download it.
If this is your first week of fantasy and you have 5 trades, for example, you're going to learn a very harsh lesson.
It's just like, I get it because it's so fun and you don't really care that much.
It's like the whole fun of the game is getting a new player.
Just delete the app for a week and then re-download it just so you don't see it.
Yeah, put a ban on it because it's an addiction.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you spend more time on fantasy or Insta Reels or TikTok?
Insta Reels, come on. If you follow me, I'm liking every single reel. I'm one of those guys.
Yeah.
It's goated.
I actually got to ban myself. All right. Thanks for listening.
Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Catch ya.
Peace.